Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here and welcome to the start of the second season in my Improving Australian Football Manager 2014 story. Second season, Adelaide United, of course. Going to be playing with them. Definitely not moving on to another team yet in the league. There is a lot more to be improved, and it's going to start here with the youth intake. This is where it begins. This is the start. And of course, the first season we get the youth intake is probably not going to be the best because you've got to improve over the time your youth facilities, but we'll see what kind of talents we have, and we kick off with a 5-star potential and a 2-star current ability, so he could come to the first team probably. Matthew Mihevik, I think that's how you say his name. If that's wrong, sorry. If you know how to say his name, drop in the comments. I think it's Mihevik, not really sure, but hopefully, more importantly, he can develop into a good player. And this is what Australia need. We need a pacey striker that's quality, and hopefully this guy could be the man. If not, there'll be many more seasons to pick up one. But you can see there, right now he could be a useful backup. So that's, definitely useful for a guy on a youth contract to step up if we need him. But I'm not sure if we do, considering my recent signings, and I'll show you them after this. There won't be a game in this episode. This is just like transfers, new players coming in. But yeah, Matthew Mihevik, he's like a no-brainer. Sign up right away. Approach the sign here. Put him as a hot prospect, and he'll be on that £55 per week wage on a youth contract until 2020. They're pretty young, and that's the thing with the A-League contracts for the youth players. They're long contracts, so you can have them contracted for a long time on that youth contract, which is really important, with the salary cap and that kind of stuff. So he will accept that. We'll exit the talks then. There's probably two. The rest I'm probably not going to offer to. Usually guys that have under 3-star potential, I don't offer. I'll still take a look at him, but yeah, usually I don't. And next up is actually another striker in Kevin Griffiths. And there's something I'll talk about I like in a minute. But yeah, this guy, again, star potential. 4-star is still a star in this league. So we'll sign. Even though to me he doesn't look that amazing. Sure, he's pretty quick. He's got 13 pace, 15 acceleration, 11 heading. I can't see him being amazing, but who knows? He's got star potential for the league, so I always got to sign that up in my view, but it'll just put him as a youngster and finalise that deal. And then Andrew Thompson, who's a central midfielder, good potential, very good first touch. I love that in central midfielders. He'll be a good passer, good creative player, got a bit of flair. He's a fit player with that natural fitness, 12 pace, not too bad. He gets a contract. Again, I'll just put on youngster until 2020, so that's like a 5-6 year contract. So that's pretty good. And the rest, I'll just check out these, and 2-star potential, I just won't worry about them. And there's, like I said, there'll be something else I talk about. So here we'll take a look at Matthew Claver. See, he's got 16 determination. What's his potential? See, it says still to be a star. That's still a star. Interesting. And Marti Vicente, the Spaniard, is decent at judging. Like, his ability judging is 14. That's pretty strong. 12 is just like average, I suppose. But yeah, Matthew Claver, it's hard to say. When you have good determination, it adds him a bit extra, but I can't see him being a first-team player. But, of course, he's a youth player that's going to improve, but I just can't see it right now. I don't know what it is, but I guess there's no harm just having him as a youth contract. He's not going to be on the salary cap. So, yeah, it probably doesn't matter, but, yeah, if he's got star potential, might as well. Check out the other guys in here. Tola Ojatuk. This is what I want to talk about, the realism of the game. This is something I'm really happy about. He's from South Sudan. You might sit back and think about that as not being realistic, at least if you're outside of Australia. But obviously, if you live in Australia, you'll know there is a decent Sudanese community. There's a decent amount of people from Sudan in Australia. So that's realistic. And he's tall as well, which is realistic. They're pretty tall lads, so yeah, I like that. I would love a star to come through that's from Sudan and, be eligible to play for Australia, of course. He could be a superstar because it is, Football Manager. If you can pick one up and be a superstar, could be really exciting because those kind of players, like I said, they're really tall and they're strong. They could be a superstar if one comes through because, like I said, usually they'll be pretty tall. You can see 194 centimetres as a 16-year-old. That is intimidating. But, again, I'm not sure if he will be good enough. It says he's only going to be a decent player. See, I don't think so. Finishing too low, I don't think he'd be good enough. Honestly, as a winger, just in my first original judgment, sure, he's got good dribbling, but that's about it, honestly. I don't think he'd be good enough. leave your thoughts anyway. But yeah, just my first judgment's not good enough. And here, Brad De Girolami, again, probably saying his name like a retard, but still, he can improve a lot in the future. I don't like it when it says that because I don't get enough information like about how good he's going to be at this level. But he seems okay for a youth player that's going to improve for a fullback. He seems okay, especially with determination. I'll sign him up. I'll go youngster. And also, that's it on those players, but there's something I want to talk about. Look at these names. Georgios Grammatikopoulos. I can't even say his name properly. That's too long. There should be a limit. But obviously, the Greeks, they love their long names. But come on, that's too long for a last name. If you've seen a longer one, drop in your comments. But yeah, he's definitely not good enough. I wouldn't want to have him anyway. He's going to be too difficult to say. And then this guy, I can't even say his first name. What is it? Panagiotis. Is that right? And then Agropoulos. I got two of them in one intake. But anyway, not to worry about them. They won't be good enough. And next up, going on to the transfers. It's been big for some transfers. And we're going to see who's gone out and who's came in. First up, we'll focus on the players that's gone out. Azaias. He's actually got the information, but the rest don't. That's weird. But anyway, we let him go, of course, a foreign player. We bring someone big in as well. He was an okay player for me, though, in central midfield. Was a very good passer. Had a high passing accuracy percentage. So, yeah, he did okay for me, but we just need to step up the quality of our team. And then there was Jake Barkadash. Oh, did he retire? They're out of the game. No way. Let me just search for a second. I'll search for balls. He's not in the game. What happened? That's really weird. They would have retired. Fair play, okay. I just did not expect that. But anyway, we'll be going in here just to do a review of the players that have come in. A couple you know of and a couple you wouldn't have known. First up, there was Jimmy Jego from Melbourne Victory. As you know, joins, put him on a box-to-box midfielder training. He can play in that register as well, and he could play as the Vance playmaker. So he's definitely going to be an important player for me coming into the next season. Really impressive. Had a decent season at Melbourne Victory on 800 per week. That seems okay for his quality. Then Carl Valeri, he is... Yeah, he's the Australian marquee. Obviously, 8.5k, that would have cut in a lot. But being Australian marquee, his wages doesn't count to the salary cap, which is absolutely crucial. Carl Valeri here on that experienced international player. You can see 56 caps. Going to slot into that box-to-box midfielder. Maybe as a register sometimes. Don't know. That's why I'm training him defensive midfield to improve there. He's good heading, so he's always going to be good in the air, good aerially. He'll be good from the goal kicks coming in. So that, yeah, he'll be very important for us. And then next up, Jack Hingett. He was a really crucial player for me to sign because he can play both sides of fullback. That's crucial, and he's just a key backup player with potential to grow. He's got potential to be a star in the league with that 4-star potential ability. So yeah, he's high up there in a squad, what we think of him. We think he's a really important player for the club, but unfortunately he's injured right now, but he'll be back for the start of the season. Yeah, like I said, important player for us in terms of being a rotation player in the positions, but he'll probably be a starter as well, depending what other players do. But here, after winning the title, our balance was at a decent stage. I'll show you that in a second, but we made a big signing. Ruben Rachina. He's got some big accolades. He came through the Barcelona Youth Academy, and he's played Premier League football. He's played Premier League football. How can I just can't believe that. An A-League player, and still a young, that's what I mean. Maybe understanding if he's old, maybe like a Heskey or William Gallas, but he's still young and can grow. That's insane. I can't even believe it. We signed him for 750k. I was surprised he wanted to join, but yeah, we have some Spanish guys in our team like Sirio. We have assistant manager like I showed you before. Yeah, he is from Spain, so that might be a reason, not really sure, but look at that. 13.75k per week. He was always going to be on big wages coming from a team like Blackburn, and yeah, he took the marquee position. I offered a new contract to Geronimo and taking off the marquee status so it could go to this guy, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to sign this guy. This is the thing, how hard it is to try and win the Asian Champions League. We're not going to be able to sign another guy in the team like this quality. We can only really have one, because if we sign someone else on those wages, we're basically dead. Not hardly any room for anything else, so we'll have to have a very slim squad. But anyway, he's already a star player in the league and he can improve significantly. He's got a contract for 2 years. Always with marquee players, you don't want their contract to be too long. But yeah, obviously he's just going to kill next season. And even more so because of the positions he can play. 4 positions in attack for me. Both wings, centre attacking mid and striker. Where do you think is his best position right now? I'm just trying to focus on that advanced playmaker. But yeah, he can play anywhere. He's going to come in any position and going to be amazing. Can't believe I signed him, honestly. Insane player for this level of football. And then we signed another Australian, Aziz Bayic, left back, attacking fullback, was playing in Turkey. He's played for the national team. Actually scored 2 goals out of 5 appearances. Not too bad for a fullback. He's kind of the replacement for Zulo. Of course, we had Zulo on loan last season, and he's really a similar type. A pacey fullback. Used to play winger as well, but he actually has the wing natural, where Zulo didn't. So that's his advantage, and those preferred moves as well. Runs with ball down left, and that sounds stupid. It should be down the left. Down left, it sounds weird. But anyway, gets forward whenever possible. Those two go together. Avoids using his weaker foot. That's good because it's not strong. And then he doesn't dive into tackles as well. So yeah, he can develop into a good player. He's still got potential as well, and he's a star, apparently, in the league already. So we've made some good signings, I reckon. And he's on 2.2k per week, what you're really expecting. He played for Melbourne Heart, actually, last season on loan. And they made the grand final. I remember, yeah, they played against us and we beat them eventually. So, yeah, he's a good player. He was the main starting left-back for them. So, obviously, he did the right job. He got forward and got 5 assists. Decent effort for a left-back. But he's got 14 dribbling. And he's got the pace, like I said. And he's got potential to grow. So, yeah, he could definitely be at least as good as Zulo, if not better. So yeah, definitely he'll be a good player. And I like his attitude as well, like real life. I like him as a player. He's very passionate, and you need those kind of players in your team. So you can see here, if you think about after my deals of the money I spent, like I had over $1 million to spend in the transfer budget, but right now the wage budget, see the wage budget here is in the red, but here, what is it? Yeah, registration, the salary isn't. See, that's what you got to keep in mind. See, we're not over the salary. That's weird. It's weird how we're in the red here for available wage budget, but the salary cap is not. But because that's the marquee players, because Rachina is on heaps. That's what I mean. But it's going to be worth it. Playing Asian Champions League football is going to get us more money, so it's not going to be, not going to be an issue. We could even sign up like a couple more players. We've got one more coming, so even after that one, we could sign up one more. But then the squad salary is basically, it'll be dead. Well, not dead. It will be basically, at the maximum. Almost, anyway. Not enough to sign someone. And the other guy joining, well, apart from the youth players, but they don't count towards that. Petar Franjic, who is going to be a decent centre-back for us. Backup and a young player, so he can improve as well. Potential, first team in the future. So, hopefully he can join and be a good player for us going forward. And that's what I want to do. I want to introduce these talents. So, look at this guy, 22-year-old. He can improve. And if I go back to my transfers, where do we go? Jimmy Jego, 22-year-old, can improve. Carl Valeri, I wanted to bring quality in for the Australian marquee. So, of course, he comes with the experience. But then Jack Hingets, 23. Still very young. Heaps of seasons. He can only improve. He won't decline. Ruben Rachina, 23. I suppose he's not Australian, but still a young player for us. Hopefully he can stay with us for quite some time. And, interesting fact, if he doesn't become good enough for Spain, if we keep him for a while, he could actually be eligible for Australia. Interesting to see. That's one reason I'd want to keep him. But anyway, and then Aziz Bayic, come back to the A-League, 23. So all these guys, they're not too young. They're at that stage where they're good enough for the first team. They're key players, they're star players in the league, but they can still increase their ability as a footballer, like the 22, 23-year-olds. For me, those are perfect signings, and they're definitely good enough. So that's basically it for this episode. Did the youth intake, showed you my transfers. Leave your thoughts on my transfers. Who are the best transfers in? Like, obviously, Rachina will be good, but leave your thoughts on the Australian players coming in and their deals. And I'll see you guys next time.